sports in action as we move through the week, and of course, as always, that's what it's all about, the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals trophy that will be distributed at the end of the year, invite-only World Tour Finals. Plenty of badminton to be played before we get to that stage, of course. And we move through the calendar right here in Mokpo. It's been a fascinating week so far. This is the order of play for Court 1 on day 3, starting off with the mixed doubles. The 6 seeds, Tan Kian Meng and Lai Peijing from Malaysia, have been in good form recently, up against Yang Po-Hsuan and Hu Lingfang from Chinese Taipei. That'll be followed by an appearance by the world #1, Shi Yuqi. Just made a good run in Japan and now in Korea, up against Eun Ka-long, Angus from Hong Kong, in this round of 16. Women's singles will follow that, and it's Pornpicha Cho Ki-wong from Thailand, who defeated Tomoka Miyazaki in the last round, up against Yeo Jia-min from Singapore. And then it's #1 again, except this time in the men's doubles, Kang Min-hyuk and Seo Seung-jae on home turf, up against the relatively new pairing of Bun Xin-yuan and the very experienced Go Vi-shem from Malaysia. As we move through the day, then it's another home favorite, Kim Ga-eun, the 7th seed, the women's singles, taking on Lina Kristoffersen. And that'll be followed by the men's singles, defending champion Anders Antonsen,
혼합복식 16강전 경기를 시작하겠습니다.
Court #1, mixed double, round of 16, match number 18.
먼저 심판진을 소개하겠습니다. 주심은 인도네시아의 모하메드 하타, 부심은 한국의 최재봉입니다.
Please welcome officials. Umpire Mohamed Hatta from Indonesia, service judge Choi Jae-bum, Korea.
Number 3 seeds from Korea. So looking at the mixed doubles draw, this is section 1 of the draw, top half, and as you can see, Tan Kian Meng and Lai Peijing against Yang and Hu will play either Kim In-jong or Kushajanto or Kusmawati from Indonesia. In the bottom half of this draw, Kwon Lee, Ko and Yom, Toft Mailund and Zhou and Yang to fill those last 2 quarterfinal berths. So about ready now for the players to enter the arena. It's the first match of the day as we move towards the business end of the tournament. Of course, quarterfinals Friday, semi-final Saturday and final Sunday.
다음은 선수를 소개하겠습니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome players.
말레이시아의 탄 키안 맹, 레이 페이징.
Tan Kian Meng, Lai Peijing from Malaysia.
대만의 양포수안, 후린팡.
Yang Po-Hsuan, Hu Lingfang from Chinese Taipei.
Dan and Lai out first, and Yang and Hu following them. It's 1-1 on the head-to-head between these two pairs. So it should be a sprightly affair to kick off proceedings here on Court 1. Last year, Tan and Lai out in the second round, and Yang and Hu out in the first round. In fact, she retired in their first round match. So they'll be looking to get even further this time round. There's confirmation of their 1-1 head-to-head. Last time they met at the Swiss Open last year, that was won by Yang and Hu in straight games. That's Mohamed Hatta. He's going to be sitting in the umpire's chair. Slightly different conditions for these players to be playing in. It's a little bit warmer in this indoor arena. And they've been used to, especially in Japan just last week. But they are used to, of course, playing in all sorts of different environments. So 30 years old now, Tan Kian-meng. So we focus in on him. Currently ranked 12th, has been as high as 5th in the world. And that was back in December of 2022. And they have had a pretty good run of late. Quarter-finalists just last week in Japan. Finished 3rd at the Australian Open and the Indonesian Open. Quarter-finalists at the Malaysian Masters. And the German Open and the Indonesia Masters as well. Which means, as we look at his 32-year-old compatriot Lai Pei-jing, on the coast in Malaysia, in Kuantan. So they're actually looking for their 7th quarterfinal in 2024, and that was their first result to get them to this round of 16 match. Presley Smith and Alison Lee in the straight games, 29 minutes. Pretty comprehensive outing for Tan and Lai. Po-Hsuan, 28 years old now, and peaking at 20 in terms of the ranking with Hu Lingfang. Experienced player. Used to play with Wu Tijing in 2018. And picked up runner-up position there at the Super 300 level, the home open, Chinese Taipei Open. And 26 years old. And certainly have that never say die spirit that you need. That was their first result. It was Chen and Sui, their compatriots, also in straight games. So 33 minutes, both of these pairs now flawless so far. Somebody's got to lose today. There's confirmation that Mohammad Hatta is in the umpire's chair. Choi Jae-kung in the service judge position. So almost ready to get underway here. There have been some withdrawals this week. There were, of course, a lot of withdrawals in Japan. That was the first tournament post-Olympic month, which was, of course, the end of the Olympic cycle. But Cho Tien-chen, Wang Su-wei in men's singles, they withdrew from this. Nozomi Okuhara and Supanita Keitong in the women's singles. And the mixed doubles, Seo Seung-jae and Cha Yu-jung, world champions, though Seo Seung-jae, of course, is in town and is playing in the men's doubles with Kang Min-hyuk, as you saw earlier. He'll be on court 1 a little bit later on.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Tan Kian-meng and Lai Pei-jing, Malaysia. And on my left, Yang Po-Hsuan and Wu Lingfang, Chinese Taipei. Wu Lingfang to serve, Tan Kian-meng, Lobo.
Gets us underway. Oh, that's a beautiful shot to kick off proceedings from Tan Kian-meng.
Service over, 1-love.
Not hard push to pick a favorite here. 1-1 on the head-to-head, and
이번 코트에서는 대만의 첸지 레이, 양친툰 선수와 말레이시아의 포-hsuan, 레이 세번 제인 선수의 혼합복식 16강 경기가 있겠습니다. 주심은 강수미, 부심은 한국의 유승준.
Court number 2, mixed double, round of 16, match number 21. Chen Lei, Wang Qingchun from Chinese Taipei versus Po-Hsuan, Lei Sewen from Malaysia.
Three love lead off the start.
3-love.
Playing on the slightly better side of the court from what we've seen so far this week. Tan and Lai. So we drift with the flowing from, in our terms, bottom of your screen up.
Service over. 1, 3.
Can really open up from that side of the court.
양지아이 선수의 혼합 법칙 16강 경기가 주심은 한국의 강은혜, 부심은 대만의 황신웨이입니다.
For number 3, mixed double round of 16, match number 20, Jesper Couple, Amalia Majalu from Denmark versus Zhou Hong, Yang
Service over. 4-1.
Umpire Ang Eun-hye, Korea, service judge Wang Chi-wei, Chinese Taipei.
Have certainly settled a little bit quicker here.
5-1.
Smashed it. Has served Tan Kam-ming so well over the years.
6-1.
Really gets a good look at it. That height, he's 6'1". It's also the speed and placement of it that has become one of his trademarks. 7-1 off the
7-1.
start. So far, no significant problems for the Malaysians. That's really close from
Service over. 2-7.
As you can hear in the background, all three courts now fired into life here in Okpo Indoor Stadium. A lot of fight there from Tan Kam-ming. Right in his hitting zone.
Service over. 8-2.
About a 2-foot jump, that's 8 foot of elevation. There's the power instinct behind it as well. Nice touch there from Beijing.
Service over. 3-8.
Po-Hsuan beginning to find his range.
4-8.
Kept that nice and flat.
Five, 8.
7-1 down. Managed to pull back 4 points.
Service over. 9-5.
Emphatic return. Helped a little bit by that tumble off the net.
Ten, 5.
So rapidly closing in on the first mid-game interval. Certainly picked up their rhythm. Still finding a lot of resistance. Nice pick up by Beijing. Couldn't do it twice.
Service over. 6-10.
Shot. Great vision from Tan Kam-ming.
Service over. 11-6 interval.
So 11-6 at the break, and they are looking good so far.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So back on court. Good pace to this opening match so far. 6 minutes, 17 points played.
11, 6.
That's really been down to Tan Kan Meng. Those big smashes from the back. Just in.
12, 6.
Oh, they've been firing with deadly accuracy. Malaysians on these tram lines. Straight down the middle.
13, 6.
And the points
14,
keep falling
6.
to the Malaysian pair. 14-6 now. And that might just be too far for Yang and Hu. They did well to claw back those 4 points early on. But
Service over. 7, 14.
so a chance now for Yang and Hu. Helped.
14.
Well, that being a little bit too low. At 14-8, this is obviously dangerous time for Yang and Hu. They've got to make sure that they make this opportunity count. That's going to be a costly miss. Service back with Tan and Lai.
15, 8.
Just get the feeling if they can hit 17, 16 off this serve, then that might just be first game effectively over. Of course, we've seen a lot of great comebacks, especially this year. But just looking at the unforced errors that are still coming off Hu Lingfang's bracket. Certainly, that's wonderful from Lai Peijing. Certainly, Tan and Lai have been a little bit more compact and effective. So they do get to the 17th point. That's a tricky serve from Tan Kan Meng. Oh, just being very aggressive right now, Tan and Lai. Yang and Hu just
18,
caught.
8.
Really just replying in that rally. They couldn't really get any attacking initiative. Whereas Tan and Lai were darting forward. And once again, look how quick those returns are coming in. Tan Kan Meng dictating the play. And that, that challenge coming perhaps would have been
Service
valid.
over. 9, 18.
This has to be last chance saloon in terms of this first game for Yang and Hu. And it's going to have to be quite a remarkable comeback if they want to get anything from it, because based on their unforced error count so far, they're going to have to tighten up their play. Make sure they don't concede 3 mistakes. That's in.
11-18. Red to the saddle. Play on. Red to the saddle.
That's better from Fang.
12-18.
Really took control of that. Steps in, waited for the opportunity, and then finishes off into the corner. Well, perhaps his comeback isn't so far-fetched. They've certainly tightened it up. That's 13.
13-18. James. James. Good ball. Let on goal.
Well, I did say they had to keep it tight. It's in that territory of no mistakes allowed. This could be the serve. It sees Tan and Lai secure and clinch this first game. Nice reach by Lai Peijing. Tracked that all the way.
Game point.
So
13.
7 game points. Tan Kian-meng really doing well at controlling from the back. Just couldn't connect on that last smash.
Service over. 14-20. Game.
So they'll be happy with that output. 21-14 in the first
won
game.
by Tan Kian-meng and Lai Peijing. 21-14.
Having a look at the final point. Of course, now, change of ends. We're going to see exactly how significant that drift is in terms of winning points.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So back on court early for the previous winners. Tan Kian-meng and Lai Peijing did actually pick up their only title at the Korea Open back in 2022. That was against Po-Hsuan and Yum Hai-won. Straight games win for there, so no
Second game.
troubles in terms of playing in
Level.
Korean conditions.
Play.
As I said, looking for their 7th quarterfinal of the year. It's been a much better year than 2023. They were actually a bit sparse of results in 2023, really looking for some direction and answers. But they turned it around very well. Missed out on the Olympics, obviously. But in that time, Also managed to put in some decent runs, but still looking for that elusive first title in 2024. And that's wonderful play. Just that drop in first from Tan Kan Meng on the left side, and then Lai Pei-Jing pushing to the back, and they are off and running here in the second. As I said, the drift pattern is slightly significant. We've seen a lot of three-game matches this week so far. So it's a question of controlling that shuttle with the air behind you and in front of you. As I said, slightly different conditions here. The Korea Open's a little bit warmer than a lot of the other venues that we've seen over the last 2 or 3 months. Of course, that's just stretching to before the Olympic period as well. And a little less air conditioning, which is actually one of the principal causes of drift. That was a very nice serve from Hu Fang. That looked out. Not surprisingly, a challenge coming.
Challenges call.
Well, it's an interesting situation there. Tan and Lai were convinced that was out. Yang Hu were convinced it was in. The point was given. And the challenge just being made right at the end. They know, and that's probably why Tan Kan Meng is laughing, because you have to make these challenges quick. But they honestly thought that was not worth a challenge. And there you go. I mean, it's
Correction, out.
as clearly out as it could be.
Service over. 3-1. Please.
So 3-1. Tan and Lai fighting for every point. Again, smack back return.
4-1.
He's certainly feeling it today. Steps into that, almost a half smash. But good enough. Court coverage has been impeccable by Tan Kan Meng. Nothing has got past him on that back line. Lai Pei-Jing also has been pretty handy at the net, so this is their peak output. It's nice from Hu Fang. Yang Po-Hsuan has been a little bit quiet these last few points. In fact, stretching back to the end of the first game, Hu Fang was really doing most of the comeback work. Switch of roles for Tan and Lai. Mistake by Yang Po-Hsuan. Well, it's not critical right now, but for the Chinese Taipei, they're going to have to up the ante a little, you feel here, because if not, these points are roughly falling 3-1 for Tan and Lai, and the mistakes are still coming in. Another challenge.
Tan Kan Meng challenges call in.
He was in a good position to have a look at it. Is this going to be a second successful challenge? Yes, it is.
Correction, out.
Well, they're not just bristling on court, but they've got the eyes of an eagle right now, spotting every shuttle. Well, it has to be said, those two challenges were pretty clearly out. Nice touch again from Kan Meng. And they are powering through here. The 22 winners. Well, this is the 6th Super 500 of the season. 9 Super 500 events on the 31 event calendar. Still the Hong Kong Open, the Arctic Open, and the Japan Masters to come. And so far, Lee Zijia from Malaysia is actually the most successful in terms of wins. He's got 2 wins on the single circuit. That was Thailand and Australia. Anders Antonsen could make it 2 wins if he defends his title here this week. He's in action later on.
Service over. 9-3.
Iwanaga Nakanishi in the women's doubles, also double winners, Malaysia Masters and the Canada Open. And also Astrup and Rasmussen in the men's doubles, Malaysia Masters and Canada Open as well.
Return the center.
So 10-3 and heading for the second mid-game interval.
Service over. 4-10.
That's nice communication by Tan and Lai. That was good pressure again by Huling Fang, who's really doing all the legwork, has to be said, for Chinese Taipei at this moment. That's nice. Pinpoint accurate from Po-Hsuan.
6-10.
Pops up. It's been very quiet today. That's just as accurate from Tan Kan Meng. So 11-6.
Service over. 11-6.
Carbon copy of the first game.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Get ready.
Well, I said earlier it wasn't critical. It's got a lot more critical for Yang and Hu.
11-6.
11-6 down.
Play.
Tan and Lai 10 points away from the quarterfinals.
Service over. 7-11.
And Tan Kan Meng watches that sail out. So service back with them.
Service
12-7.
over. 12-7.
Well, Yang Po-Hsuan again with the big hit from the back.
Service over. 8-12.
And it's these one-off winners that are keeping them in this match at the moment. They are still struggling to get that connection between themselves and wrestling the attacking initiative away from the Malaysians, who, as you can see, are moving very well. That was a gift for
Service over.
Tan Kan Meng. He
13-8.
knew exactly where to place it. Just get Yang Po-Hsuan off balance. Always important to make sure those shoes are tied properly, especially in a game like badminton with 360-degree movement. Last thing you want to do is slip. And Po-Hsuan with 3 bites of that cherry.
Service over.
The
9-13.
final shot comes good. Oh, that's, again, great vision. He's been on fire.
14-9.
Well, pressure really on Yang and Hu now. Again, great vision from Tan Kian Meng, and he was in the right place, off balance, but still manages to fire into the corner.
15-9.
Exceptional stuff. That was great. But look at this. But it's not just been him. Lai Peijing hasn't been in most of these replays, but role cannot be understated at all. Once again there, a little touch in, sets up her partner. Well, he's a bit wide there. Slaps himself on the cheek.
10-15.
Well, I guess based on the other shots he's been playing today, that is certainly a mistake. Po-Hsuan a little bit more alive in that point.
11-15. Return to satu.
Well, for Yang and Hu, as I said, it was a first-round retirement last year, and this year
Get ready.
they have themselves had a pretty good run of events. This match might be turning away from them. They were third last week in Japan. Runner-up at their home Masters in Kaohsiung.
Challenges.
Quarterfinalists at the
out.
Indonesian Open. Of course, third at the Badminton Asia Championships, and they also won the German Open as well, so the title's already fallen for them.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
That's the first challenge that has gone wrong for Tan Lai. So, close enough still for
15.
Yang and Hu to stage a comeback here in the second game, try and force a third.
Play.
But this serve is going to be critical to that plan. It's great coverage by Kian Meng, really helping his partner out. Oh, straight to the body from Hu Lingfang. Any point will do at this stage.
13-15. Fourteen, 15. Fifteen, all. Chen. Ball. 16, 15.
Well, how about that? Their first lead of the match, and it comes late in the second game.
Seventeen, 15. No, play on. No.
Beijing wanted to break the rhythm of play. They're now 2 points behind. It's the first time they've been 2 points behind in the 31 minutes on court so far. And Yang and Hu now dictating play a little bit more.
18-15.
Well, what a turnaround this has been.
Beijing.
They needed something in terms of form. That's very, very high, and that was finished off. So that run nipped in the bud.
Service over. 16.
But now it's Talon Lai. They're going to have to watch themselves on this serve. They're into that no mistakes allowed territory.
Thank you.
There's good pressure by young Po-Hsuan, just lurking at the net.
19-16.
Well, every opportunity now to secure the second game for Yang and Hu, and they needed it. Turned it around at 16 points. That's leaving it late. But doesn't matter if they can force a third. That's out. And that accuracy that we saw so much of in the first game has gone not quite the plan. To be 4 game points down in the second. But now we get to see how well they can adapt. Power coming in from both players for Chinese Taipei.
Second game won by Yang Po-Hsuan
They may
and
take
Hu
the
Lifang.
second game, 21-16.
21-16. 1 game all. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So back on court for the deciding game 3.
Final game.
And it's all set up really nicely here in this opening match. Day 3 at the Korea Open. Now what will be really significant is that change of ends at the mid-game interval in this third game. Both pairs have obviously shown that that further side of the court is where they want to be. Much better movement by Yang and Hu here. Faster, more incisive, pushing the point, controlling the point.
1 love.
And they draw first blood in the third.
Play. Service over, 1-all.
Well, it's always good when you get to see both players or pairs hit their prime form. And I think that's where we are right now. And it took Yang and Hu just a little bit longer to settle into some rhythm. As I said, really actually,
Service over.
that's being generous because they left it very late. 16 points in the second game. Could have very easily gone. Well, they've tightened it up. Hu Lingfang has been the centerpiece, really. Yang Po-Hsuan now being a little bit more aggressive as well.
이번 코트에서는 홍콩의 리정이우 선수와 홍콩의 제이슨 구나완 선수의 남자 단식 16강 경기가 있습니다.
Good defense from Beijing. Wonderful coverage by Hu Lingfang, and she's back in position. Did enough to offset Tan Kianmeng's attack. There's that movement from Hu Lingfang, just got back into position. So important to be there.
3-1, play.
And all that effort has led to another lead. In fact, they haven't been behind since that 16th point in the second game. Mistake there at the front. Yang Po-Hsuan service back with
2-3.
Malaysians 2-3. While defending champions Feng Yanzhen, Huang Dongping also not on the draw for this week. So a new champion ready to be crowned. Chen and Zhao, of course, well, I mean, it remains to be seen as to whether we'll ever see them as a pair again. They've now both different women's doubles partners. And they were the defending champions in women's doubles. Satwik and Chirag also not here in the men's doubles. And An Se-yong, the world #1 and Olympic gold medalist, also not at her home open. Taking a well-earned break, and I'm sure just making sure that that knee injury that has been troubling her for many months now, she still won gold with it, is perfectly fixed. I'm sure we'll be seeing her at the China Open. Next Super 1000 event. That's going to be happening in just over a month, if I'm right. In fact, I'm expecting to see a lot of the Olympic-bound players make their appearances at either that or the Hong Kong Open. Late take from Tan Kianmeng, who's really chasing this point, and that's in. It's more a hit and hope, really. Even Yang Po-Hsuan is a little bit amused at how that stayed in. What are you going to do? Much needed point for Tan and Lai. 3-5. That's a great drop in. If he's found his accuracy again, then perhaps
4-5.
they might be able to edge themselves through this third deciding game. Good commanding, steep
Service over.
winner into
6-4.
mid-court from Yang Po-Hsuan. Well, the Chinese Taipei pair have shown that they can step up when needed. And now it's really all about the Malaysian pair doing exactly the same thing. That's great work from Tan Kan Meng at the front, but that's not his usual position. And Lai Pei-Jing was caught on the right side, a lot of space on the left. And it's 7-4 now. You can just see Lai Pei-Jing just kind of statuesque on the other side of the court. And that can be the problem when they switch roles, especially such an established pairing like Tan and Lai. That's a good rotation. But they're getting picked off left and right now. 8-4.
8-4. Change.
And that change of ends is looming. Wow, that just goes to show you how tables have turned here.
9-4.
Caught out by the deeper serve. Just looking a little bit more nervy now. That's gone too long. That's some time for them to recoup, but Tan and Lai certainly not looking as confident as they were in that first game. Just second-guessing themselves as to where they should be, what shot they should be playing. Very conscious of whether they're going to leave an opportunity for Yang and who have effectively scared them into this situation.
10-5.
10-5, 1 point away from the break and the change of ends. That's an easy kill for Hu Lingfang. So 11-5, and
11-5.
this match has been turned on its head.
Change ends. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach, ready to cheer. Players on court.
So back on court, and it really is crunch time for the Malaysians. All of a sudden having to deal with a completely different situation.
11-5.
And now playing
Play.
on the windier side. So all indicators now moving towards Yang and Hu, though that was very, very
Service
wide.
over. 6-11.
That's also been pushed out.
Service over. 12-6.
Oh, that was a glorious opportunity that's gone begging.
Service over. 7-12.
But they get another. So accurate in that first game.
13-7.
Really hitting the peak of their form. Maybe just hit their peak a bit too early. just out. Well,
Tan Kian-meng,
challenge coming, and that's expected, as even from up here, we've got a pretty good line, look down that line, and I think they might have just clipped it. It could have just been feathers. We'll find out. Hawkeye brought into the situation once again, as always. Oh no, that is out.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. (14-7). Play.
Well, so
Service
far,
over.
since the break and the change of ends, has to be said that Talon have slightly up their output, but they're still facing a lot of pressure here.
Service over. 15-8.
Well, their unforced error rate has skyrocketed in this game, and of course, since that 16th point in the second, they have to tighten it up. They can't rely on mistakes like that from Hulin Fang.
9-15.
It's going to be wide for sure.
Service over. 16-9.
Now, if you remember, I did say in the second game that Talon were 10 points away from the quarterfinals. Now, the shoe's on the other
Service
foot.
over. 10-16.
And they are 11 points away from the quarterfinals themselves, but their opponents just happen to be 5 points away. And that's got to be weighing on their minds. Nice play by Tan Kian-meng. Gets a bit of height. Looking to control this point again. Oh, he's splayed that out wide.
Service over. 17-10.
Points still falling to Chinese Taipei. They are now 3 points away. Closing in on the hour mark.
Service over. 11-18. Ball. 5 to 4. (12-18). On court. Okay.
Mistake there, and a costly one.
Service over. 19-12. Out. Service over. 13-19.
Wow, this has got to be their last chance, you think. Well, that's very high. Kian Meng gets a hold on it. Nice touch in by Lai Pei-Ching. Oh, this has got to be rally of the match. Oh, just too low. And that's 7 match points. That's how quickly it can change.
Match point 13.
What a turnaround for Yang En-hu. From the 16th point of the second game, they have pulled it together. Now on the brink of yet another quarterfinal. But not yet.
Service over, 14-20.
That's one saved. But Tan and Lai really dicing with the end of their run here in Korea. And that is how quickly it can all go. So, a fantastic turnaround. 14-21 in the third after 53 minutes. And it's Yang En-hu, slower starters, but they have managed to pull it through.
21-16, 21-14.
Just a reminder of exactly how quickly things can turn. And it is a 7th quarterfinal for them. And their run of great results this year continues. As for Tan and Lai, well, it was a question of peaking a bit too early. There's confirmation of it. 14-21, 21-16, 21-14, 53 minutes. And it's Yang, Po-Hsuan and Hu Lingfang through to the quarterfinals.
남자 단식 16강전 경기를 시작하겠습니다.
Court number 1, men's single round